We're looking at Nvidia here on the weekly chart. You can see we now placed in 4 red candles in a row in here. So what does that mean? What do we do with this, right? Because we were just up here above 200. We looked like we had a nice confirmation of a hold. Obviously, this week in here 4 weeks ago, just everything tanked, a little bit of a recovery, and then breached down below that 9-day EMA. And now we're trading in here right below 180. We're sitting at that 177. So technically, yes, we did just enter a bearish market because we had that over 17% pullback in here from those all-time highs. But are we going to find some footing down here? That is the question. Well, your RSI is reset in here. So back to neutral. So we were up here pretty overbought. So on the weekly, we're back into neutral in here. If you're looking at the daily, obviously we're lower than that. But on the weekly, since we are neutral, look for some consolidation down here. We're going to look for some footing, 175, anything below there, 170, and then we're looking at 165 right here. It's really 164.92, but 165 is going to be an area for us where we should set up shop. And you can see that was a place for us. We had a nice bounce in here in early September, and we had a consolidation in between that 165 and that 183 range for quite some time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 2 months in here that we were just sitting in this range, actually a couple months and a half in here before we ended up getting out. So this is a channel that really, honestly, we do not want to be in. If we can get a nice little push in here off those 175s, perhaps, maybe that might help us come up here and breach that 183 range and that 9-day EMA. If not, then look for some consolidation in here until we get a confirmation that we do have some footing, and then we can start working our way higher. If we do get above those 183s, and obviously we're going to be looking at the 195s and then that 200 cycle level, but I'm not sure how quickly we are going to be getting up there. So we're going to need some nice news in here. Obviously, Nvidia, largest company in the world. So everybody is kind of focusing on Nvidia in here, but with everybody kind of coming out and saying, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to short it too. So that might have something to do. That might have spooked a lot of retail in here out in the past 4 weeks or so. But if we do have the market keep on trading higher like it is, then eventually Nvidia should come with it, and we should get an all overall push together in the market. But the market might have to come back down to grab Nvidia first before we start working our way higher. So consolidation in here, right in between those 164s and the 183s. We're going to see how many weeks we're going to stay, or how many candles we're going to place in here first before we start working our way higher above that 9-day EMA. By this Friday, everybody's pricing in right around a $7 expected move following Friday 10. You look at your December monthlies, right around a $14 expected move. So let's see how long we're going to stay down here. Are we going to catch up with the market? Or are we going to wait for the market to come back down here and catch us and then start working our way higher? That is kind of the $1,000,000 question. But let's watch and see how everything correlates together this week. We're going to see how quickly of a recovery we can get and how much, or we're going to keep on trickling down, and we're going to try to find some footing at the 170 or that 164.92 area before we get a nice big bounce. That is the $1,000,000 questions. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you're interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.